Hello, welcome back to the channel. Here I am with new summary that is All for Love by John Dryden. So let's get started. Let's first learn about the characters. Antony, who is the protagonist, a great Roman general ruined by excessive love for Cleopatra, he struggles between love and duty, chooses love, and meets a tragic end. Coming to Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, passionate and emotional, she truly loves Antony but is jealous and impulsive. Her actions unknowingly cause Antony's fall and she dies for love. Octavia, Antony's wife and Caesar's sister, calm, patient, and dignified, she represents Roman duty, morality, and self sacrifice. Ventidius, Antony's loyal friend and soldier, he stands for Roman honor and discipline and wants Antony to return to his duty. Dolabella, a young Roman who secretly loves Cleopatra, his pity-driven lie worsens Antony's despair. Alexas, Cleopatra's cunning attendant, he manipulates events and causes Antony's downfall through deceit. Serapion, Cleopatra's faithful and honest servant, represents loyalty and sincerity. Coming to Octavius Caesar, who represents Roman power and politics, practical and ambitious, opposite to Antony's emotional nature. All for Love is a tragic play by John Dryden based on the last days of the Roman general Mark Antony and his love for Queen Cleopatra of Egypt. The play shows how Antony sacrifices his duty, honor, and empire all for love, which finally leads to his ruin and death. The whole story takes place in Alexandria, inside and around Cleopatra's palace. At the beginning of the play, Antony is already a broken man. He has lost the battle of Actium against Octavius Caesar, and his Roman army has deserted him. He has left his lawful Roman wife Octavia and is living with Cleopatra in Egypt. Antony knows that his love for Cleopatra has ruined his political power and reputation, yet he is unable to leave her. He is full of guilt, confusion, and emotional pain. His friend, Ventidius, a loyal Roman soldier, comes to Antony and tries to remind him of his Roman honor and past glory. Ventidius believes Cleopatra is the main cause of Antony's downfall and wants Antony to leave her forever and return to Rome. Cleopatra, on the other hand, is deeply in love with Antony, but is also fearful and insecure. She knows that Antony's Roman identity pulls him away from her. When she hears that Antony is thinking of leaving her, she becomes emotional and anxious. Cleopatra's character is shown as passionate, dramatic, and deeply human. She truly loves Antony, but her love also brings jealousy and manipulation. She fears that Antony will return to his Roman wife Octavia and abandon her. Soon Octavia, Antony's lawful wife and the sister of Octavius Caesar, arrives in Alexandria. She comes not as an enemy but as a peacemaker. Octavia is calm, dignified, and noble. She brings Antony's two daughters with her, hoping that family feeling will awaken Antony's sense of responsibility. Her presence creates great emotional tension. Antony feels ashamed and torn between duty and desire, between his faithful wife and his passionate lover. Octavia does not insult Cleopatra. Instead, she behaves with grace and forgiveness, which makes Antony feel even more guilty. Ventidius strongly urges Antony to send Octavia away, but to promise reconciliation later, so that Antony can first regain his honor and power. Antony finally agrees and sends Octavia back to Rome with respectful words, though he is clearly disturbed. This decision hurts Cleopatra deeply. She believes Antony still loves Octavia and that Roman duty will always come before her. Feeling betrayed and jealous, Cleopatra pretends to accept Antony's decision but secretly becomes suspicious of his loyalty. Meanwhile, Antony's enemies spread false rumors that Cleopatra has betrayed Antony and is negotiating with Octavius Caesar. Ventidius himself, thinking this will help Antony forget Cleopatra, tells Antony that Cleopatra is dead. Hearing this shocking news, Antony is completely devastated. He realizes too late how deeply he loved Cleopatra. Overcome with grief and guilt, Antony believes life is meaningless without her. In despair, he attempts to kill himself. However, the suicide attempt fails and he is left badly wounded. At this moment, the truth comes out that Cleopatra is alive. She rushes to Antony, filled with sorrow and love. The lovers are reunited in intense emotional pain. Antony realizes that all the misunderstandings, political ambitions, and manipulations have destroyed them. He forgives Cleopatra and declares that his love for her is stronger than everything else. Soon after, Antony dies in Cleopatra's arms, finally at peace but utterly defeated by faith and love. After Antony's death, Cleopatra understands that her life has lost all meaning. She refuses to be taken prisoner by Octavius Caesar and humiliated in Rome. She chooses death over dishonor. Cleopatra arranges her royal death traditionally by using a poisonous snake and asp. Before dying, she declares her eternal love for Antony and prepares herself to meet him in the afterlife. With dignity and courage, Cleopatra dies, ending the tragic story. The play ends with Octavius Caesar ordering that Antony and Cleopatra be buried together with honor. Though Antony failed as a ruler, Caesar recognizes the greatness of his love and his tragic fall. All for love shows that Antony and Cleopatra sacrificed everything: power, honor, family, and life itself for love. The play clearly presents the conflict between love and duty, passion and reason, and shows how uncontrolled emotions can destroy even the greatest heroes. I would like to add a very important scene that I have missed in the summary is when Octavia arrives in Alexandria. She does not come as an angry or jealous wife. She comes with Antony's two daughters, hoping to soften his hurt. The scene is one of the most touching moments in the play. When Antony sees his children, he is filled with shame and emotional pain. He realizes how badly he has felt as a husband and a father. Octavia speaks gently and does not accuse him. She reminds him of their past bond and of his responsibility as a Roman leader and family man. Antony is deeply moved. He reconciles with Octavia, admits his mistakes, and asks for her forgiveness. This scene shows Antony's inner conflict very clearly. He loves Cleopatra passionately, but he also respects and feels duty bound to Octavia. The presence of his daughters strengthens his sense of guilt and duty. After this reconciliation, Octavia meets Cleopatra, uh, but the meeting was not intentional. Octavia does not come to Alexandria planning to meet Cleopatra or confront her. Her only purpose is to meet Antony, reconcile with him, and save him from complete ruin. She comes as a wife and a peacemaker, not as a rival. The meeting happens by chance because both women are in the same place due to Antony's divided life between Rome and Egypt. When Octavia unexpectedly encounters Cleopatra, the situation is awkward and tense. There is no prepared speech or planned reconciliation. Octavia reacts with quiet dignity, not hostility. She does not accuse Cleopatra or insult her. Instead, she speaks gently and respectfully, which surprises Cleopatra. Cleopatra, who is emotional and insecure by nature, feels suddenly ashamed and confused. She had imagined Octavia as a proud Roman enemy, but instead meets a calm, forgiving woman. Cleopatra's response is spontaneous. She does not behave proudly or arrogantly. Instead, she becomes emotionally shaken and shows humility. For a brief moment, jealousy disappears and womanly understanding replaces rivalry. This accidental meeting humanizes both women and shows that neither is cruel or heartless. However, this moment of understanding is temporary and cannot change Antony's tragic fate. This unplanned meeting is important because it shows that the tragedy does not arise from deliberate cruelty or plotting, but from circumstances, misunderstandings, and emotional weakness. Antony's world has become so tangled that even accidental encounters deepen his inner conflict. The unintended meeting between Octavia and Cleopatra highlights the central theme of the play, that when love and duty collide, even good intentions lead to disaster.